Hi all. Right, I've still got a bit of time and I'm just moved straight on here to try and start the turn anyway. Um, Maybe not get an impulse started, but I'm excited to see if I've got my supply back. Clearly, yeah. So I've not uploaded the last video yet, so I'm still a little bit unsure if everything went right with this, in particular with this last activation of this 8 core unit here. Um, it feels pretty good, but yeah, I still feel not 100% sure about it. But hopefully, if Martin or the Lights comes back and says, well, this should have happened, that should have happened, I still might have time to. Because I don't think if that wasn't doing that, it probably wouldn't have done much different. I don't think. Okay, but anyway, I've got a little bit more time now, so I'd like to move on. So we've finished the end of the turn. So moving on to the reserve phase. So I'm going to put the units from the calendar. So these were units. We got fortunate again. That's twice in this game. We've expedited reserves and they've sat in the reserve units box and not came out, which is another bit of luck for our side, I suppose. So anyway, we get these 3 core units, 3 infantry units from 3 core, and then we've got these 7 core units that did get expedited but didn't get deployed. And then, well, tomorrow there's a big bunch that comes in, but we'll see. So I've done that. There's no German units. Card prep phase. I've shuffled all the cards up. I'm not drawn my hands yet. The only deck I've not shuffled yet is the Ally Command deck, because we get this 1 card coming in, and it brings the 35th Infantry Division, which is the units that we've got in the reserve units box. So they get that card added and shuffled in. So I'll shuffle that up. I've shuffled the Allied Action deck. Everything else has been done regarding that. And then I'll draw my hand and we'll move on to the supply phase. Okay, so everything shuffled up. There's the big picture of the map. Just let you see the situation before we check supply. Yeah, and there was there was a new rule that starts today, but it's already been started anyway. It was end British movement restriction, and that was only if we hadn't had a German unit adjacent to the Meuse. All the British units would still be unable to cross the Meuse, and that gets lifted the moment a German unit enters a hex adjacent to the Meuse or on day 26. That's when this would be lifted, but it had already been lifted anyway. The other thing that changes, well, apart from the victory conditions, we need less than 29 to lose, greater than 50 to win. We're on 46, but yeah. The other thing is the fixed artillery range goes up to 7 today. So whether that's relevant or not as well. Anyway. Right, so I've drawn my 6 cards here, so let's see what we get. All core cards apart for the last one. Oh, it's got no fuel for the 116th on the 26th. Well, we'll get to it because it's the end of the supply phase. It comes into 116th. I'm wanting to look. Oh, right. Are they all dead? No, there's 2 of them being eliminated. So I think there's only 1 of them left. Not sure where he is. Anyway, we'll get around to it, but it means losing the card as well. And I think I'm right that even if you don't have the units If you don't have any of the units, I think you still lose the card. Oh, we do have a fuel marker though, didn't we? We got a fuel marker back, but if it was only one unit, would it be? Anyway, okay. So there's our hand. I suppose it's okay. We've got the 47 second SS, 53rd, 58th. Just we're going to have to wonder what we're going to do about the fuel issue with that, I suppose. No bridging. Oh, there is. Yeah, there is a bridge engineer event there. So unlikely we're going to have the need for it, but or the want for it either. So okay. So and if we got right, so we're going to move into our idea interdictions. So at least we've got some choices. There's 3 cards with. Yeah, we discard the highest card from a hand, don't we? Okay, so there's a hand. So let's draw a card for the air interdiction then. We're good. No air power. We're looking for air power and there's none. So that's good. We've not been very lucky with that one, have we? Well, we have today. So good stuff. So this is now when we can play Bridge Engineer. I suppose I should just have a glance at rather than just think we've got a supply, but if there did happen to be a wee bridge that could be repaired, I can't really see that being all the bridges that are broken. I don't think they're going to help us. I'll have a look. Yes, we've got supply. Unless I've missed something silly. It looks like we've got it. Wow, that was a long struggle to get that back, wasn't it? And we're so close on the 24th, the end of the 24th, just that last card, just shows you. And, well, it was quite possible if we'd drawn, rather than just draw that division card for the 12th core, if we'd drawn the core, it's quite possible these units could have got together and went on an attack and then blocked the supply line. So this shows you how close it was. Anyway, right, so I don't think I don't see a bridge that's jumping out saying, repair me. There's nothing I can see that what I do with that. So we'll skip by that. So now we have to determine with the supply status and German units first. So yeah, let's get that done. Okay, so up the north here, no issues here. Yeah, nothing here causing any trouble. This unit's 1, 2, yeah, that's fine. These two are fine. Okay, this guy's in trouble. Okay, so this unit has issues. He's not able to trace supply, he's not got a unit adjacent, and he was in low supply, so now he's out of supply. I should be able to get away with just using a marker for it because I'm pretty sure the guys are coming back. They're coming back. Yeah, so okay, these guys are fine. So let's move down to the good bit then, which was the bad bit last couple of days. Okay, so these 4 stacks here are able to get to this road. 4 hexes to get to this road. They're not going through any zone of controls. So there's not an issue in getting to this road. So I'll show you the trace. I've got these units on this road. Well, let's just check these guys too. This guy in Rochfort, he can trace across the river. Well, actually, that's a bridge. That's a bridge anyway. So he's on that road. That's a unit. Obviously, he's in Allied zone of control there, but he's got a friendly unit there. And then, so he can get to this junction too. And all these units can trace to this junction. Okay, so we're here. We trace down through here, back up into here. It's an Allied zone of control. There's there's a German unit here. Cross this bridge, which is ours. And here, again, an Allied zone of control, but German unit, and again down into here, and again, and then down into here, across this German bridge, into this town, down into Ardennes, and back up. And this is where we had the issue the last time, where this unit moved and spoiled it all. But we've now got that unit there, so we can trace through there, into here. And, well, we can either go into there, or we can go up over this German bridge, up here, and away. So we've got it. And that covers everything from Rochefort. The other units we maybe didn't look at were here. Yeah, so they need to go, well, basically they can come down this road and up. I mean, 1, 2, 3, you know, they can come around. So they're fine as well. The units here, this guy can trace into there, and then he's on the same road, basically. These guys are all on the road. And then we've got the units up here, well, in particular the unit in Bastogne. So it can trace into here for 1, and then 2, 3 onto that road, and it's away. And these guys are fine as well. This guy's obviously on the road. And even further down here, these guys are fine. Oops. And the last two, well, they moved back a little bit, but they've got this good bridge that they can trace over, so no issues there. So there we go. Every German unit. Well, sorry, apart from the one that's in here, but we were hoping to get him out as well, but then they took away our second SS card, didn't they? And then that spoiled the party that way. So I'm going to remove all these black markers, hurrah, and also this low supply marker from the unit in Bastogne, and everything's good. All back to normal. Look at that. Beautiful, eh? No more black markers. Okay. Right, need to check the Allies units now as well. Yeah, it could be quite interesting, because these guys in here we thought we'd maybe trapped. I think that's possible. So check the north first. This is fine, he's on the edge. Yeah. No issues there. This unit here is still able to go around, which is fine. And then over here, it's not an issue here. All of these guys, they're fine. Yeah. Down here, these guys are fine. Yeah, this guy's fine, and this guy's fine. So let's look in the middle here. So these guys can trace across this bridge, broken bridge. They can trace across into that hex and away. Or was it not? Yeah, they can go out that way, can't they? Because they took that bridge away. That's right. They gained that bridge. That was annoying, because we still, well, the units came down that way, didn't they? So yeah, this unit can trace away that way. So these guys can go into there, onto that road and away, as can all these. So they're fine. But these two here, pretty sure are, if not surrounded, yeah, they are surrounded, aren't they? Yeah. So these 3 units I've got surrounded, so that's good. So they'll be marked low supply. So that should help. we've still got Bastogne still hanging on. So, and now we've got some supplied units round about, and we can maybe have a fight back here. And we spoke about these two. These are fine. So coming across here, hang on. Yeah, the last wee bit. Yeah, he can trace off the map. So can he. And they're fine as well. Yeah. So it's just the 2 units south of Bastogne that they've got issues with. So not an awful lot. I think in previous games I was able to get a lot more units in supply. I have supply issues, but I don't know, maybe I've played this game different. I've certainly never played it this far, so yeah. Okay, so I think that's all the supply sorted. So now, well, the last part, apart from the road, yeah, we're onto the roadblock bit, aren't we? There's still no roadblocks, seem to be finished with all that nonsense now. But we've got an out of fuel to check, so this card, and there he is there, yeah, I see him. He's the unit just south of, what is it, Welland there. That's the only unit we've got. So, well, our options are, we're using the fuel marker. Which I'm not sure is a great idea. This is when it's maybe clever to know all the dates and all that. I think that's going to be gaming the game a bit. Maybe some of these guys do that. I certainly don't want to draw maybe the 47th Corps unit, the Laird Division, or whatever. I've got a few, the 9th Panzer Division. I don't want to draw that card today, find out they're going out of fuel, because they're pretty strong, I think. So I've got that fuel marker. I should probably keep it for that, shouldn't I? I mean, it is only that 1 unit, so yeah, the feeling is to let it go. It's a card out my hand as well, in some ways. The Combat Tactics Combat Engineers, which is okay, but it's not assault coordination or reinforced battle, so which I think are the 2 best of the bunch. Yeah, I think we should keep the fuel marker, because it's likely that that's the only fuel marker we're going to have for the rest of the game. I think, in fact, there's 5 of them. Is there not 3 yeses and 2 nos, I believe? Or maybe I shouldn't know that. So that we've had the 3 yeses. So it does mean wherever the other one is it? I think it's there. Sorry, that's off camera by a mile, Grant. Yeah, it is there. The likelihood of us going for that anyway. So, well, basically what we're saying is that's our only fuel marker, and I think we should save it, because you've got a lot of other units that you could get bumped out of fuel that you don't want. So, okay, so we're going to discard this card, and we're going to put an out of fuel marker on. Well, I'll need to move the camera. On just this guy. So I mean he's a weight right enough. He's 2 strength, 1 step. Yeah, I mean he's not as important as like these guys, We've lost quite a few of the units. The 58th. I mean, okay, we have the 58 core card in our hand, but anyway. So and then that card gets discarded. So that's it. That's the end of the supply phase. We're on to a German impulse. So yeah, we didn't get hit by the air interdiction, so it's us to go first. So what's the things to think about? We don't have the OKW. We don't have an OKW option at the minute. Just thinking about Bastogne area, but I mean they've got quite a force there. We probably need to think about some other things first. Possibly, we've got the 47th Corps card, possibly starting to bring them back now that they can move a little bit better. I'm saying that there's a lot of forest hexes over that way, so maybe they won't be moving much better. Anyway, there's a few things to think about, but that's us got started with the day anyway. And like I say, I've still not had any feedback. Well, I've not uploaded the video yet from the end of the last day, so I'm still a little bit anxious about that. Hopefully, we can still fix if there is something that's went wrong. We'll do something anyway. We'll do something with it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there before we start this German impulse, guys. Because I'm probably not going to have the time to start it, and I've not got a clue what I'm going to do. So there's going to be a bit of scratching my head off camera before it all kicks off. Okay, so I'll leave it for a bit and I'll get back to you soon, guys. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, German impulse, but what to do? Yeah, it's a bit strange now that we've got units we can move about more, and my initial looking at things, I'm getting all excited about trying to be aggressive again and go fighting things, but I'm not quite sure that's what I should be doing. However, it does look like I think I'm going to play the 47 Corps, and they probably are my strongest, well, maybe apart from the OKWs, because we repaired a couple of units, and then this 9th Panzer Army, I think they're all intact. 2 of them there, and there's 1 there, yeah, and they're all full strength. And then, of course, we repaired the Führer Brigade, and something else, I think, could be in here. So they're quite a strong. No, maybe not. Maybe it got damaged again. So they're quite strong, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go fighting all this. I'm not going to go trying to get across the Meuse. That's too much. I did wonder about possibly going to Rochefort, but 3 armour units, 2 of them are elite, and then you've got this cavalry unit, and that's armour underneath as well. That just feels like I think I'll just let that go. So, but we can bring them back towards now St Hubert. It's maybe a different story because there's only a couple of units there, and I actually thought that I could maybe get a couple of units in there and possibly have an attack on this guy. He's an elite infantry unit, so there is risks, but anyway, that's my initial thinking. Baston's obviously a bigger concern for me. Not really go. I mean, you know, if I'm going to make any attacks at all, this is 4 strength, a reduced unit, a green unit. This is probably the one I would want to try and go for. I do have the 53rd Corps card, so this guy got battered though, didn't he? I thought, well, maybe I could get in there, but I don't know. The OKW units, I've not got the card for them yet. But then they're closer to this stack, which is a wee bit stronger, I think. So, yeah, lots of things to think about. But I think we'll start with that. I might get a little attack in. I've got a reinforced battle card in my hand as well. I was thinking I maybe attack this, maybe bring a couple of these OKW units in and reinforce. I think I could do that. Yeah. Now this guy, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to let him try and hold there as long as he can on his own, really. There's nothing we can really do for him, I don't think. Okay, so we'll activate the 47th and start moving some of the units, these units to the east a bit. I don't think they're going to get terribly far, to be honest. Just like I mentioned already, the there's plenty of forests around that area, so right, I think this infantry we can move 1, 2, this is fully stacked, this hex, which is a bit of a pity. So 1, 2, 3, get on the road there. I mean, it is coming close to this armoured unit, I suppose, so if he was to activate, he might have a go at me, but it's either that or move on 1, 2, 3 into that forest, but I feel like that's a bit weak, so I think I'll put him there. Now the rest of this stuff's all mechanised, so let's see the Führer Brigade. It's actually 2, he's breaking zone of control, so you're talking 2, so that's as far as he's going to get, isn't it? And he can't go down the road. Yeah, in fact, he's not really got many options, so I think both of these units will do that. 2 breaking zone of control, and then the other 3 into there. So they've not even reached the roads. Of course, we can't go up this road because this is all gridlocked with allied units. Oh dear, and these other ones as well. Yeah. It might have been an idea. I remember I used the last... Oh, the one good thing is, I suppose this is the supplemental card, so we've still got the core card to get, which is quite good. Just would have been nicer to get them on the road. And I think, was it the day before, we used the 47 card for artillery, I think it was. Whereas if we'd just been able to, they were all out of supplies, so we'd only been able to move 1 hex, but at least it would have been a move back and they would have been in a bit better position now. But okay, so he can either go, well no he can't really, can he? He's going in there, I think. It's 3 into here. Could come down here, I suppose. Well, it's either down to here or in that forest, isn't it? Yeah, okay, we'll move them down to here. And I don't know, there could be a temptation to maybe go for that armoured unit. There's not a lot, allies don't have much down here, right enough. But there's no victory points down here, you know. And we've got R1 and R1 looks pretty safe. Well, you never know, but I mean there's still reserves to come, so yeah, okay, we'll go with that. So what am I going to do with the rest of it? Okay, I think we'll move one of these. I don't think, or do I want to take a risk and move them both? It's probably silly. Yeah, I don't want to lose it. I know it's the start of the day and it's the first impulse, but I don't want to really lose that time and then have to fight to get it back, because I mean, okay, we might not need to care about that area for supply if we can get the units moved further back, but it still seems a bit daft to... It's just I'm going to move this guy 1 and then another 3 into that woods hex, and I think I might have a go at this guy. So that'd be 9. Yeah, that's just the control marker. 9 against 2, so it'd be 41. But yeah, I mean, bringing that guy up as well would give us 61 odds, but leave the town empty. And there is a thought I could have moved that down and moved that up, and that gives us 10, which gives us 5 to 1 odds instead of 4 to 1, so that's slightly better. But it depends, if I'm going to use the card to reinforce, thinking possibly reinforce battle with these guys, Breaking away 1, 2, 3 into there. That brings another 6 strength. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm moving that unit there. Whether I'm going to switch these two around, we shall see. I'll think about that one for a sec, I think. I know, I remembered why, because this guy's elite. So, yeah, and these two units, you notice have both got 2 steps. We've got to start watching that now if we do make any attacks, that we've got to consider a lot of units are just 1 step. So if we take any hits at all, we're having to start eliminating units. So it's quite good the fact that these two, I mean obviously switching this guy would be another 2-step unit, but I think having the elite in there, because the OKW is not going to bring elite if I do reinforce with them as well. So 7, 8, 9, yeah, so it's 4 to 1. If I did bring that 6, 15, that would make it 7 to 1, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, so these guys are just going to stay put. And yeah, I think I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to have an attack on this guy. Let's see, I mean obviously eliminating units as well is half a victory point. We've no units in eliminated units box, so it would only be a half a victory point, but we might find another half somewhere else. Okay, so the guy's going to attack, and I think I'm going to reinforce, because it's the 58th core card, and well, they've got this guy that's out of fuel, this guy that I wonder, do I want to move him back? I mean, he is keeping this guy in supply at the moment, and this is the beginning of the day though. There was a temptation, I think, if I did activate him, maybe just to bring this guy back. And then I've got this stack of new units. So I'm not going to get all aggressive with them anyway. I would only be moving them back. But then again, they could start heading back towards Bastogne as well, you know. And then I thought, well, moving the OKW units away from this, because this could be a good attack for them, that cavalry unit. But if they're only there, I can always bring them back if I get the card. So I think I'll go for this. I think I'll reinforce battle. And bring both of these units into the fight. So 1, there's no issues. This is our bridge. Sorry, it's 1, 2, because I'm breaking zone of control from that guy. And then 3 into there. We can't get into this hex, which would have been nice, but can't be done. So, I mean, these guys are still surrounded as well. It's not that I'm letting them have an out. Yeah, let's do that. So let's see what we've got. So we've got 2, 5, and then another 10 in it. So 15 to 2. So 71 odds. And chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for elite 6 and 1 for the combat tactics 7. Well, there's not a reason to get a 7. As long as they didn't get air power, because air power is always a priority in the back of the large attack jets. I'm pretty sure it's on. No, if it's not on them all, it's on most of them. So it kind of defeats the purpose when you've got a large attack and they're putting air power. So, right, that kind of looks right, I think. Yeah. Okay, and right, they're going to get a card. They could get an undetected defender if they draw the right card. So yeah, let's draw the card. Right, 7 core. Well, I'll tell you what. that would have deployed their reserves. Reinforced battle though. Interesting, because they've got a unit adjacent which can get into that hex. The one time I get a reinforced, I think I was complaining about that before, when I've got the units surrounded, I'm like, draw a reinforced battle, and I wasn't, I was drawing air power, artillery, and here they get a reinforced battle, and it looks like they can reinforce. Okay, let me double check the wording on their reinforced battle situation. Pretty sure it's only this guy that can reinforce. This is 6, but it's 2 to break away, and yeah, it's forests. Yeah, so if defending unit stack moves into hex with defending units, and then for allied, select the unit stack with the lowest numbered unit if more than one. Preserving line and protecting VP hexes take priority over reinforcing. Actually, I was going to say straight up that he's not preserving the line. That it's not going to create a gap, but it actually is, isn't it? Because at the moment the line comes around, and then has to come down here. If this unit moves into here, well, before it moves into here, there's no gap. If it moves into here, there's now a 1 hex gap through there. So after me complaining about it, it looks like we might have got away with it after all. Because I can't see anything else that can reach this hex. These bridges are down, so it's not as if one of these armoured units could scoot across. No. And even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can only get down to here. Yeah, no. So I think that's right. So we're saved by the what's it? Preserving the line. Does say it. Preserving line and protecting VP hexes takes priority over reinforcing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go with that. So that's been great as well, because well, that was deploying the 7 core units. I mean, I know they're going to come eventually, but that's only the supplemental card, so they've still got a core card to come. Right. Okay, it's been a while since we've had an attack, isn't it? So I'm forgetting what to do here. All been about the allies coming at us. Right, I'm just thinking, just before I moved all the units, there wasn't any other units we had. Well, we've got this guy up here, but he's out of supply. He's part of the 47th. And then we've got the unit in Rochfort, and then this guy in this town. So we decided none of them were moving anyway. We can't do nothing about the out of supply guy. So yeah, that's fine. So sorry, I'm kind of backtracking there a little bit. Okay, so it's 71 odds. Maximum of 7 chits, minimum of 2. So let's get the 2 and see what we're up against. Look at this, 8 to 1. And remember, we had 15 in the battle against 2. And you know, we were talking about switching the 2 units over. If we had done that and reinforced, it would have been 8 to 1. And I was like, D3. The back, it's less than 3 to 1. So it doesn't apply. No artillery was played. Doesn't apply. Okay, I'll draw the other 5, going to go and all in to 7. Okay, there we go. Well, pretty good. Just this one annoyed me. Yeah. And large attack, and right enough, allied air powers on the back of that, so. But yeah, it's 2 hits to us though, and this was an annoying shit. It's disperse unsupplied on the front side, defender adjacent. I was looking at that as something you should really. Well, what could have really done about it? There's nothing you can do about it. If the unit had been attacked first already this turn, that wouldn't apply. I think that's what happens in a defender adjacent. Oh, I'm not going to look into it. I think. Oh, there it's there. Applies to the defenders adjacent to a supplied non-dispersed friendly unit not yet attacked in the current impulse. So actually, yeah, it's worthwhile considering if the unit was. It's got to be a supplied non-dispersed friendly unit, so, but it is. So, yeah, just the 2 hits on myself. It's a concern, but hey ho. Yeah, and just realise also if I didn't get the D-1, it would have been 4 hits. I would have eliminated, I would have took that guy out. So only 3 hits. So he's going to retreat twice, isn't he? Yes. So, well, he can't go there, he can't go there. So he's going to retreat to here, satisfy the first hit. And then he's going to retreat again. Not across the river. There's it's going to be one of these 2 hexes, isn't it? Down city withdrawal direction, maybe. It's down that way. So closest to withdrawal direction or west, and then westernmost. Well, to be honest, I would say this hex is closest to the withdrawal direction, and it's westernmost. So that takes him down to there. So then he becomes dispersed, and he takes the last hit as a state loss. Yeah, that's pretty good. We pushed him right back, I suppose. Better if you just. Yeah, I mean that defender adjacent was really frustrating because not only that, taking the 2 hits, like I say. Okay, well, let's see what we're going to do with the 2 hits we've got. Yeah, well, I talked about these 9th Panzer units being all nice and full strength, but well, we're going to lose units if we don't, so I'm going to take a step loss on that guy, and I'm hoping this is dropping to a 3, and it is, and a step loss on that guy, because I don't think I want to disperse them. I mean, that is a supplemental card, so we are getting the core card to come, and I'd quite like to advance as well, I think. Probably not with the OKW units, so I'll put them down the bottom. So that's me taking my 2 hits. And the thing is, he's leaving a path of retreat, so we can actually go advance, because that's the path of retreat. So we could do that. And I think I will. I think getting up here is quite interesting because I'm looking up here, if that's on camera. La Roche, Houghton, Manhaven. I mean, like I say, there's plenty still reserves still to come, but so yeah, I think so though. I think we'll advance this into here, and yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to push up to here, and the same with this guy. Obviously, don't really want to do it with the guy in St Hubert. Could I advance them? I could maybe advance them to there. Well, in actual fact, well, hang on. Yeah, that's going to be moving into the forest, isn't it? I'm just thinking if I do get that activation of them and want to bring them back to help in an attack here, which looks likely. If I go into there, it's 4 movement. No, it's 5 movement in there, in fact, to break zone of control. So I don't think that's very clever then. Yeah, I don't think so. And then we might get support from the other. I mean, yeah, they've still got forest hexes to get through. See if they'd been on this road, that would have been nicer, but they're not, Grant. They're not. So get over it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to advance these 2 guys into there. because, I mean, I could have a pop at this guy again with just these two. I know you're not getting a lot of chip pulls. Or maybe wiser. Maybe have a go at that guy. He's green. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, I think that's my impulse over. So I'll tidy things up and right, I might take a pause, but I'll probably straight back. But I think just cut this video clip. They seem to be getting longer and longer. It's the only way I can feel like. It's the only way I seem to be able to do it. And I enjoy it this way, you know. This is how I would be playing the game, and you don't get to see the stuff off camera as well. But this is how I actually play this game. I'm not quick at it. I mean, this has been. If you look at all the video footage, and although I'm maybe explaining things, I actually think that way through all the moves, and I'm always double checking the rules, and because I want to get it all right. So it takes me forever to play these games, but it's the way I do it and the way I enjoy it, so I guess that's that. And creating the video this way is something I always wanted, a video of this game, a recording of this game that done it this way, you know, properly. Well, that's maybe not the right way to put it, properly, but you know, taking care with the rules, shall we say. I've just seen an awful lot of stuff that, I mean, it's difficult. I'm not knocking the guys. It's difficult to get everything right, as I've proven the mistakes that I've made, you know. So, but anyway, going on, Grant, making the video even longer. Okay, I'll take a pause for now, and I'll get back with that Allied Impulse shortly, guys. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Okay, I forgot to show you my new card. Well, I've not drawn them yet, actually, because I've got 3 cards to draw, because we lost one to the fuel, and we played the 47 Panzer Corps now in my reinforced battle. So here's the 3 new cards. So we've got first SS, and there's the 47th. Well, that's quite good getting it now. I mean, obviously we can't activate them next turn, but it's the 9th Panzer Division there. I mean, I know we just took 2 hits with them, but I wouldn't have liked them to have gone out of fuel. We're on to the 26th, so it's only the 25th and the 29th that they would have fuel issues. So that's quite good. Fury of Bastogne. Ooh, what does that do? In a sec. I've not seen that one before. It's on the 26th and the 27th, so if I'm going to play it, it's a supplemental card, so if I'm going to play it, it's going to have to be today. Yeah, that's obviously why you've not got no fuel, because that'd be a bit harsh to discard it. Okay, where is it? Fury of Bastogne. This day only, German attacks against Allied units in VP hexes receive 2 extra combat chit draws. Attacks against Allied units in all other hexes receive 2 fewer combat chit draws. Right, I don't think I'm that impressed then. Because I'm not going to be going attacking VP hexes. I suppose this is the sort of time when you might be wanting to try and take Bastogne back. Maybe historically, maybe this is the couple of days that something like that happened. Maybe the fact it's called Fury of Bastogne. German attacks against Allied units in VP hexes receive 2 extra combat chit draws. Attacks against Allied units in all other hexes receive 2 fewer combat chit draws. Yeah, I'm not so sure we're in a position to make that one work very well. So, but that looks alright. The cards we got are alright. It's still not the OKW, but well, that's fine. Right, let's jump in and get an Allied Impulse in. Still got a little bit of time left, so unless it's mega complex, then we should be able to carry it out. Here we go. Oh, well, it's 7-corps division, isn't it? And we just talked about the 7-corps. Now, is it the ones that are deploy 84 and 3rd Arm? No, it's not. It's the 83rd Division that are in the reserve units box. So they're not deploying. So are they activating? And let's hope it doesn't get down to air power. Straffen runs. Yuck. Okay, let's see. So it's 84th Infantry and 3rd Armour, right. Okay, I was struggling to find them all, to be honest. We've got 3 of them eliminated, 2 of the infantry and 1 of the armour. So 1 of the armoured units is here, reduced, and an IP. 1 of the armoured units is here, full strength. And the only infantry unit, which was a struggle to find, is actually underneath this stack here, just above Verviers, and it's reduced as well. They're not repairing though, are they? No, I think it's just the actual core cards that repair, don't they? So yeah, no, we're trying to activate them. So there's 3 units, 2 armour and 1 infantry. And I believe this guy can take an IP, so there we go. Okay, let's not mess about. Let's draw 3 cards. So only being 3 units, might not be a lot. Well, depends what the cards are, because he's got core buddies round about him here, you know, so Rochford could be in bother. Okay, we've got 1 offensive card, so we've got fill the December 29th. No, we're okay, so fill the gap and then attack, and Germans exposed. We all love Germans exposed, don't we? Not. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Fill the gap. Okay. 27. Right, so I'm going to stretch up here and find out what selector number this is. Yeah, he's 32. Not that he could fill any gaps anyway, I don't think. So he's not applicable. And well, this guy is though. So he would be the first one to look at. I don't see a German unit proximate to anything in there though. Right, I'll pause the camera though. I'm starting to slack with that, I think, and just rabbiting on a bit and just let the camera run. I think that's why they're getting so long, these videos. Yeah, there's no filling of the gap. There's no Hex is a German unit's proximate to that he can help with, and then this guy would be considered next. Yeah, no, there's not. So let's see if there's an attack possibility. So that's going from 1 to 19. So we are considering this guy first. So unit stack strength greater than proximate German unit stack. Well, he's right beside Rochford, so he's probably going to have to go at that. Well, he's 4. And he's only 2, remember, doesn't get the +1 because it's a VP town. So yeah, 4 against 2, so situation satisfied. Move to weakest qualifying target and attack. And there you go, other proximate units in same core, reinforce. Oh, surely going to go this time. Now, weakest qualifying, just in case. Yeah, you can't come around. I mean, it's 4 to move into there, so there's nowhere else he can go. Okay, so he's going to move to weakest qualifying. Well, he's on his own in that hex, so he's not actually going to move at all. He's just going to attack. And let's see if we can zoom in there a little bit. So other proximate units in same core reinforce. So we've got selector number 1, 2 and 7. other proximate units. Yeah, because I was looking at selector numbers 24, but that's not relevant because we're into the action. So he is part of the core. So if he could have got there, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not far away, is he? 1, 2. Ah, this is a broken bridge. Yeah, no, he is too far away. Okay, so we've got enough here anyway, I think. So, well, yeah, he's on his own. He's going to attack. He's on his own. He's going to attack. Now he's stacked with another unit. So, hang on a sec. So, yeah, this is the one that before he wants to go to an empty hex if he can, because he's stacked with another unit. He wants to try and go to an empty hex. Well, there's none of them possible. He can't get in there. But then he wants to go to a hex that's got fewer units than where he is. So he's got 2. So all these 3 hexes have fewer units. Sorry, I think I had my sound on there. That'll wake you up if it comes through like that. I'll see if I can get it out, but it's usually not worth the hassle. Sorry. Okay, so he does want to try and get, so it'd be 1, 2, and then 5 into there. Now, I don't see the real relevance of this. In fact, now where is that river? Is it just coming across there? Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that does make something relevant, doesn't it? Because he's then going to be not attacking across that river, because at the moment he's attacking across that river. So yeah, so 1, 2... Yeah, you can only get in this hex. But because it's got fewer units than this, I think he's going to do that. So 1, 2, and then another 3 movement into there. And the bonus, like I say, is he's now getting his full 3 strength than when he was there, he was only attacking with 1. So okay, other proximate units, same core reinforced, that's that. There's nobody else, let's say, you can't quite reach, so. If greater than 5 steps, break off at A2, yes. Oh yeah, and we're forgetting about preserving the line, protect VPX. Well, none of the units moved apart from that cavalry unit, wasn't it? Yeah, but he left a unit in a hex that he was moving from, so yeah, nothing's happened there. So I'm going to break off at A2. So I'll just draw the extra combat tactic for them. We will get to play a card this time, so that's something. I don't think it will be... Right, I'm drawing for the wrong deck. Hang on. Right, ally command card. So this is their combat tactic on top of the artillery that they're going to get. So, right, I'm just checking the card to see how would they felt. Sorry, I maybe zoomed in there too much. If I'd drawn it as a for their impulse, it's a division card. So, yeah. So engineers. Yeah, they can benefit from that. They're going to get an extra strength point. That's going to be about that. And we can't play engineers, but we're in a town anyway, so we couldn't play it to benefit from it anyway. So yes. Combat tactic engineers. Yeah, I'd want the combat strength. Remember, an IP stops me from playing that. Right, okay. So he's got 5, 8, and then another 9. So 17. 17 to 2. So 6 to 1 odd. No, sorry. I already just said he's got engineers, so he's got 18 to 2. So he's got 91 odds. Oh dear. So 91 odds, And chip pools are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 for weeks 5. And 2 combat tactics makes it 7. Yeah. Yeah, that feels right. There's no attack. Like I say, there's nothing coming across the river. Okay, so now we have the opportunity to play a card, but probably can't see it. Well, actually, I've got a thought. Already showed you this card recently and wasn't too impressed by the Fury of Baston. Well, not that I'm not impressed by it. I just don't think it is. We're in a situation to benefit from it. I mean, you could play other games where it is more beneficial. So, the combat tactics Panzer Battalion. So it increases my strength to 3, and it would give me armor in the battle. So I'm just wondering what was the odds he had? Was it 18? 9 and 8, 17, and then 1 for the combat engineer. So 18 to 2, he's got 9 to 1. 18 to 3 is 6 to 1, isn't it? So I could drop the odds to 6 to 1 and have armor in the battle. It's a thought. It's a card out my hand. What am I going to use this card for? I mean, to activate the 9th Panzer. Actually, just looking at them there, I did talk about having a go at this guy since he was dispersed. That's 2 of them there, isn't it? But attacking with that, that's 5 to 2, so it's 2 to 1 odds. But you're only getting 2 chip pools. That's the problem with that. You know, when you're only attacking with a division, if you like. Well, it's not even a full division. The other guy's down further south. I mean, 1, 2, 3. No, I don't think he can even join the battle. So, yeah, I could be tempted to do this actually. I think if anything, that it is a card that you would maybe just want to use as a combat tactic. Then again, could it be saved for a combat tactic in a better battle somewhere? It's victory points. Let me think. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to play this because it's going to be. I've got a retreat. I've got an out. So it's like 1, 2. It's D3 to eliminate that. Oh no, D4. He's in the town. And remember that one, Grant. He's in the town. So it's D4 to eliminate him. That's not bad. And I should try and keep him there as long as possible. Why not? I mean, 40. I'm at 46 victory points. In all honesty, if I can get 51, it's another 5 victory points by the end of the day. And we already talked about just having a wee sight of La Roche and I can't remember the other. Is it Houghton's up there? Sorry, there's cards in the way, I know. But there's sort of like, there's a possibility of getting through there. So, and you eliminate a couple of allied units on the way, a couple more victory points maybe. Okay, let's do it. It's just the card. I can't see a great use for the card anyway, and it means my next impulse, I'll be drawing another card to replace it as well. So, and yeah, sorry, Fury Baston. I'm not in a position to make it work unless I'm reading it wrong, which I've done before, didn't I? Okay, so that gives me 3 strength against his 18 now, so it drops his odds to 6 to 1, and I have armor in the battle. So hopefully that can make something. I mean, I used combined. If he draws combined arms, we're combined arms as well. So we've got armor. So they chits, they're the sort of chits I'm looking for, really. But town chits and things like that. That's what we want. Okay, so it's only a minimum of one chit pool, so he's going to draw them individually. And like I say, it's D4 to eliminate me, I think. 1 for the town, 2 to retreat, 3 to retreat, and then 1 to eliminate. Because we don't lose a step by moving into here, mind, because we've got an allied unit there. So, right, okay. Right, one at a time. Okay, bad start. Attacker elite, he's got elite and he's not got green units, so there's a D1 to start with. Not liking the way this is going. D2. He's going to keep going though. Oh, it's getting close. I mean, yeah, he's breaking off at A2, isn't he? That's D3 though, that's kind of horrible. Ugh. Okay, well, there we go. Defender adjacent. Obviously dispersed unsupplied on the front side, which the unit is not. So, bring this unit in to get supply back and also support on there. It just shows you that's been pretty good. Just would have liked to have seen some D-1s because, well, we're going to lose the town, so yeah. So that's A2, but only D3, so he's going to break off there. And, right, we'll work out the numbers. Yeah, I think just 1 D minus, well, no, hang on, 1 for the town. Yeah, we needed a bit more help than that. It wasn't a great draw really, but I suppose the unit's still alive. Okay, so 3 hits to us, 2 to them. We soak up 1 for the town, and then we have to leave the town. So as we retreat, we've got to retreat into that hex with our buddy. That soaks up 1 more hit, and then, well, this is our choice, I suppose, but we're going to retreat again and disperse. I think we can pick either or there, but it seems more sensible getting across the bridge here into here, I think. Yeah, putting some water in the way. So that soaks up the last hit, wasn't it? That's right, isn't it? 1 for the town, 1 to retreat, and then 1 to retreat. Yeah. Unfortunately, we get dispersed though. But like I say, he is still alive. There is that. So, so 2 hits on the allies though. So their first hit has got to be taken as a step loss, and it's taken on this, because these are the most steps. So the cavalry unit's going to take a hit. I think they're going to take the other step loss as well, aren't they? Because I think is it as long as they've got more than 4 steps, is it? Where are we? Second hit. Step loss, if attacker has greater than or equal to 4 steps, they take a step loss, otherwise disperse. Hang on a sec. Yeah, so he's going to take a second step loss. So, now he can't take it from that, even though that's got the most. All units must receive 1 step loss before any unit. When attacking from multiple hexes, each stack must be assigned a step loss before the stack. Yeah, so he can't, even though this has got the most steps in it, this stack, he's already taken a hit from this stack, so he's got to take a hit from these 2, from one of those stacks, if you like. And this is the highest selector number, so it's going to take the hit on that guy. I took the dice away already. That was right though, they've got 2 hits. Yeah, okay. Okay, so And, well, they are going to advance after combat, aren't they? Because that's a VP hex, so... we're checking this unit here. Rochford's going to fall. So yeah, it's automatic that he moves into here. Well, I don't need to put all these bridge markers. It could be smaller, I think. I thought about using the wee terraform on Mars, the wee tiny cubes that are sort of brown like. It just didn't seem to fit the colour very well, but okay, so we're losing the 2 victory points now, guys, so that's us down to 44. And right, will the other units advance? Number 2, well, it's an other route, so I don't think so. Well, it isn't a VP hex, so there's one unit already in there, so it will advance on a 1 to 7 actually. So this is unit selector number 2. So right, hang on. He's moved in 1 and he can retreat a second hex. Advance a second hex. Mechanised. I'll deviate to follow the primary or second route if able, otherwise check. Right. Whereas this is a primary route here. It looks like he's going to advance into that hex actually. Because, oh no, hang on, he can't. Oh, these wee bridge markers are annoying me. He can't because he's deviating from the path of retreat and he'd be going for zone of control. Well, actually, Andy's crossing an unbridged river, Grant. So no, he can't do that. Can he advance anywhere else? See, the only hex would be up here, but which I don't know how to step up and have a look here. Where's the secondary arrow? Must be down here. So that's another route. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I think this situation almost came up in one of the last attacks we had, or an attack we had anyway. And I think because of something else it didn't matter, and I was like, right, I'm glad, because I wasn't 100% sure. So this is the hex that the unit left from. We were here, so we've advanced into, you've got to go into that hex first. But from there, you can advance into any other hex. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I'm sure I've even done it myself. I've advanced and then actually moved back the second hex. I've definitely went elsewhere and not followed the unit. As long as the restrictions, if you're not following the path of retreat, we can't follow the path of retreat because the path of retreat is into this hex here. Which we can't go. So we've got to follow the restrictions that are involved with not following the path of retreat. One of them is crossing an unbridged river. Well, I don't even think that's allowed. Well, anyway, we can't go in there. We can't go from zone of control. Yeah, that's zone of control to zone of control as well. So we can't go there. We can't go there. We can't go there. Can we go there? Can we go there? Can we go there? I mean, we've got a 2 hexes, but the unit's retreated 2 hexes. I mean, if it's me making a decision, I made a decision in one of the attacks I made where I advanced into the hex where the unit was, and then I done something strange, like I moved it up back because I decided I wanted to go back. So, you know, I have done that. That's with my own thinking, but I can't. I'm not really sure I'm finding stuff in the rules to say. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the arrows are. This is a primary route, and this is a secondary route. So we can't do them. And it does say that if a unit advancing a second hex has a choice of hexes to enter, check for advance into the hex with the highest chance of advance only. So I mean, the highest chance of advance, if I was allowed to go in there, this would be a primary. See, I mean, this would be an automatic advance, I think, because no units have advanced into this hex already. I'm not allowed to do that though, so I'm assuming it means check for advance into the hex with the highest chance of advance only, highest legal, you know, the legal movement. So if we were considering these two hexes, they're both others, right? So but there's no units advanced into that hex already. So there is a chance of a roll 1 to 3 between which how I don't know what I would decide between the two of them, because there's not really any priority there either. My guess could be you start looking at westernmost. That's just a sort of off the top of the head guess thing, like, but I think I might want to have a look into this a bit more, because I feel like I might be missing some obvious. So yeah, this video's moving on as well, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take a wee pause there, guys, and just try and find out. Now, I might come back right away and continue, but I might just cut it there and jump in the next video. But if I do find it, I'll also just start right away again. But I know it's a bit annoying leaving it in between, in the middle of a battle, but hopefully I'll join the next part of the video into that, so you'll not really notice anything. Okay, I'll leave that and check that now, guys, and get back to you soon. Cheers. Hi all. Right, I've not been away long, but I did cut that video, so hopefully I might have just enough time to finish this impulse off, because I think I found what I should have been looking at. Allied advance restrictions, and I read this, but I've maybe not took it in, certainly the last sentence of it. It's the fourth bullet, the last bullet. A mechanised unit advancing a second hex will deviate from the path of retreat to follow the primary or secondary route if able. So this is only talking about it will deviate from the path of retreat to follow them if it can do. Otherwise, check for advance along the path of retreat. So the way I'm reading that is, he's moved into here, right? He's got a second hex to advance to. The primary arrow is here. He can't do that. The secondary arrow is here. He can't do that. So then we look at advance along the path of retreat. Well, the path of retreat was here. So I'm thinking that is all built in to say that unit will just stop there. He can't move. He won't move to these two hexes, because now, don't get me wrong, if this was a primary arrow up here, yeah, he would, or the secondary arrow, he would deviate as long as it was legal to do so, which it would be if it was the two hexes. So my thinking is that the unit stays there. That's what I'm going to go with. And well, somebody can tell me I'm wrong, quite probably. Okay, so that was unit selector number 1. So yeah, we were looking at 2. I think it was almost about a row of dice because this is a VP hex. So and there's a unit already advanced into there, but it's still a VP hex. So a row of 1 to 7 will move that selector number 2 armoured unit in. So I'll roll on that. Right, rolled a 4, so yes. I'll just put him in underneath. So number 2 goes in. So then you've got 25 and 27, but yeah, once there's 2 units. Yeah, once there's 2 units already advanced in the hex, well, yeah, he's going to have the same situation because he could advance the second hex, but it's the same thing. He can't go primary, he can't go secondary, and he can't follow the path of retreat. So I can only assume out of that he just stays where he is. But if I've got that wrong, please let me know, because I can't see it. I looked up in the forums, there was one comment I got on it. John Butterfield had replied to it, but it was reasonably straightforward. It wasn't a situation like this, I don't think. But anyway. Okay, so I think that's right. So where are we? That's the end of the attack. Yeah, okay, so clear the chits up. Yeah, I was trying to find out where we were. So it was the activation of that guy, wasn't it? Because he was selector number 5. So he's 24. He can't carry out the attack, and this guy's a higher number as well. So yeah, that'll be that. So and Germans exposed is 1 to 19 as well. So he's 24. Just let me double check this guy's number. Yeah, he's 32. So I think that's it, actually. So none of them can carry out the Germans exposed because they're not within the selector number range. So that goes away. Both of the units have built an IP already. None of them are dispersed. That is the Allied Impulse over. That was pretty short and sweet at the end there. Very good. So that'll be that. Well, that's us lost Rochfort, but it was inevitable. It was just when it was going to happen, really. Got that unit backed out to here, so... Well, to be honest, the unit's still alive, and now he can move. So there is that. And I've got the core card for the 47. Maybe a pity it didn't happen before I just made the activation on them, because could have maybe... well, if it'd been like that before, I'd just used my last activation, the disperse marker would have come off, and then I activated them again, and you could maybe retreat them in a better position. Oh, you know what? He could get aggressive and come up here, but the fact he's dispersed, it's probably not going to happen. Okay, and the playing of that card, well, it didn't really help us, did it? The playing of the combat attack, the Panzer Battalion. I don't think it did it? But, well, it might have done, you know. Okay, I'll be a German impulse next. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Possibly got the first SS, so possibly the first SS, and probably really should maybe repair a couple of points, maybe. You know, while they're... Because we still have lots of reinforcement to come. So... And there's not... I don't feel like the first SS can make a great attack. There's nothing up there that's great attack. They just want to defend Verviers, really. So maybe repair a couple of points. And the fact that we used that Panzer Battalion cards. So we've only got 5 cards in hand just now. That would give us 4. We'd be drawing 2 new cards. That's always better than drawing 1, you know. So, okay, I'll have a wee think. I'll get back soon. Okay, guys, cheers.